About 90 degrees out. I have no idea what I'm going to do today. I got to get the grass cut, but shit. I'm going to wait till the end of the day. I am not going to go out there anytime soon. Today, we're going to do, we're going to have some fun today. Possibility of maybe firing two up. We're going to try to get the engine placed into the tmaxx, get everything hooked up, get the easy start up and running. I also have the dirt demon sitting over there. The dirt demon we have not tried yet. I just want to see if it'll at least start. We're going to see if that dreaded force one-way, not one-way, starter pin is going to plague me again. But I'll get it figured out. So we'll give it a couple minutes, get some people here. We'll start rocking and rolling. We got a lot to do today. I got about 2 hours till I got to pick my kid up from cheer practice. So we got 2 hours to burn this. We're going to get this going good. I'm going to change these screws out for the top shocks on this tmaxx. I use the stock ones. I cleaned them up real good, but it seems like the rust has come back. OG, what's going on, brother? Here, let's take a look at it. See if I can get a better view, if you will. All right. Whoa, okay, can make it work. You can see I cleaned them up, but they still got kind of a rust tint to them. So, looks like crap. I'm gonna see if I have longer screws. Maybe we can take care of that. OG, I just got done watching your video, man. Truck's looking good. Gotta fix that air filter, though, because I'd hate to see that thing get a runaway due to the fact of an air filter slapping the switch off. Let's see if I have any long enough screws we can make work. I don't think so. I got crazy long, and then I got not long enough. All right, gonna have to do that another day. I'll come up with something. I'll buy some more. All right. Good thing you got the lives to fall back on to see before and after. Yeah. I actually use it quite a bit, believe it or not. If let's say I need a part number for something, like I'm probably gonna need, if I've already done one, bam, there we go. It's like a library. All right, I need my tools. We are not set up. I am unprepared for class. All right. What I got under there? Nothing, just screws. All right. Yeah, the before and after for sure on this thing. This was worse. I mean, you said that grubby was real bad. I believe you. This is the worst one I've ever done. This thing was horrible. I'm gonna start by putting the shock towers on. Reason is I got the we're gonna have to hook up the easy start, so the ground has to go to the motor mount. So I'm gonna put them all on because I want to have everything good before I put that on. No idea where these are gonna end up sitting finally, but I'm just gonna put them all the way down. All right, it's gonna give me crap. Going in quick. Okay, I just want to make sure they go through. I don't need them to hold the body mount. I just need it to go through because this back piece is what's going to hold it. So what's everybody got going on? I'm making breakfast, but I can hear you. Yeah. Oh, crap. Can't. I got to slide these on first. All right. Getting ahead of ourselves. Yeah, I skipped breakfast. I didn't have anything. I'm just going to go right to lunch. That. Yeah, probably just going to go pick the kid up later, and we'll go for lunch then. I really do like these shock towers. I'll tell you what, this is done by Unlimited Engineering. That's what these parts are from. And back in the day, these things weren't cheap. They don't look like that. Like, I mean, the Integy stuff is what it is, but this stuff looks really nice. I also got the steering things figured out. I don't know what happened. I tried to figure it out myself, but I couldn't. I ended up ordering these Rynks for the steering right here. These guys. I ordered them from Lumadave, and he just takes stuff apart and sells them. Quick shipping, highly recommended. Anyway, there's two different lengths of these rods for the tmaxx. You have a longer rod and one that's slightly shorter. It seemed like the ends were wrong. The end that goes on the back is like a 50-50 end, and then the one on the top, I'm sorry, it is like a 75-25, and the front is a 50-50, so it's evenly split. It looked like the rod end was on the wrong one, so I had the longer rods with the front outers, so that's why the steering was messed up. I took a look at everything, and now we have steering. Steering works perfectly fine. I ended up buying a brand new steering rack, which would be like an updated version from this, but I'm not going to use it. We're going to use this until we have a problem. If we have a problem, I have a brand new one in the bag. All right, I got the front shock tower on. The rear one, like I said, the reason I wanted to do these first was because all of the Easy Start wiring comes out of the back. So if I'm going to hook up the Easy Start, obviously you have your power, your ground, your igniter is the blue, and then I have this guy here, this yellow. The yellow is the reason I'm going to put it on first, because that's the ground for the whole deal, and that's got to go to the motor mount. So I want to make sure I have that on. So before I do that, I'll have to find a nice one to put it onto. But let's get this loaded up. It's gonna go just like that. I wish I didn't have that tank in the way. Am I gonna work around it? Let's see. Do I have my ball end ones? 2-0. Are we gonna work around it, or are we gonna be able to? Yeah, we can work around it. If all works according to plan, this should fire up today. This will be the first time this thing's probably fired up in forever. This thing was pretty much left for dead and abandoned. So this could be pretty cool. Haywire, what's going on, brother? The not so easy start at times, yeah. One thing I mean, I've really had good luck with the easy starts. The only thing that I did notice with them is what's it called? If you don't have a full charge on them, they like to they don't like to be an easy start. They like to be a difficult start. It won't light the glow plug. You'll think you'll have a bad dead glow plug, and all you have is a starter that just won't start. I'll throw my regular glow plug igniter on there, and bam, we're fired up again. Just because that stupid thing don't want to light the glow plug enough. Been there, done that, Haywire. It sucks. I've seen you put out a video lately. Everybody needs to check that out. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. I just woke up and I already had to get moving, so I'll get to it. There we go. Yeah, I'm not really too sure how the tie rod ends got screwed up. I don't know if it just got screwed up in the mix when I was playing around trying to figure out how to get them to work. But I figured them out. All right, that's that, that's that. There's all of our wires. Okay. Let's see, what's next? What do we got? Let's get some parts out first, see what we got to do. Okay. All right. Not too bad. We got part 5167. This is the part for the throttle linkage. This one here, obviously you can tell, it's a little short. Someone lobbed it off. It's lobbed off clean. So, got to swap that out. Got to figure out this throttle linkage. So, I think probably the best bet would be just to get this out of the way and done first. All right, cool. Lift that up a little bit and get a better view. There we go. Yeah, it's freaking hot out already. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to go out today, but we'll see. It's bad. It's bad. I've been working all week in this heat, and I'm kind of not into it. Michelle, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh. Yeah, OG's making breakfast. We ain't eating, but you know. OG, what are you making, man? Alright. Alright, you can see there's the new one. This whole part was just lobbed off and missing. That's the problem. This is what we had. This is what we need. Real nice. Alright. Yeah, this is going to be a pain. Come on, laptop. Those linkage things are cool. Yeah, kind of a crude way of getting it done, but it's going to get it done. This thing is such a collaboration between the Classic and the 3.3 that I got it. That's the problem with it. You got to try to find what's going to work. This I couldn't change, so it is what it is. Let's see. All right. There we go. We got ourselves a new stand. And I believe it goes like this. It's going to go on just like that. Because then the rods are going to come up over the top, and it's going to move the carburetor like so. So we got to put the bushings in it. Comes with some of these nice spacers that I like to use on everything else, I guess, to take the slack out. Thank you, Traxxas. Come on. All right. So we'll put one of them on the bottom. Just comes with basic nylon bushings, no bearings, no nothing like that. Just nice and simple. So that's going to sit on top. That's going to sit on bottom. Put another one of these shims on there. See if it wants it. Phillips heads. Do we want to use Phillips heads? I try to stay away from those. Did include the 2 screws. I don't know if I'm going to use these or not. I hate them. I don't like Phillips. I don't think that's going to be a problem, though. This isn't something we use very often. It's probably going to be put on once and never put on and never need to be messed with again. It's probably a better idea. OG says it's hotter than Lucy Anderson in 1977 pinup poster outside already. Yeah, yeah. So I was like, man, maybe I'll get up early because I got to take the kid out. Lonnie Anderson. I think I believe that. Wasn't she in like a red bikini? Which one am I thinking of? You got to remember, when you say, what was it, in the what year did you say? 1977? My father was like 16. Let's see. I was born in 84. He was 21, so you can do the math. You know why I think I remember that one? Yes, that's her. You know why I remember that one? Every now and then they used her as a thing on that 70s show. All right. There we go. You just want it tight, but leave a little bit of room because we got to be able to rotate with it. Yeah, see? I don't remember her, but I remember her from the show. All right, cool. All right, I'm just going to get rid of that extra screw because we don't keep Phillips around here. I don't like Phillips. All right, so we got a new stand. We got our rotator for the throttle. Let's take a look at the engine. Charlie's Angels. I think Charlie's Angels was off the air before I can remember it, OG. All right. So, here's my question. I'm going to look it up, but I think I know my answer already. I don't believe this is the right horn, but I believe this is one that will work. So we're going to try it. If you look here on the engine, you have your ball end and the linkage that came with. I'm going to see if I can just use that. But it has this extra little rod here. It sticks out. That rod right there, you see it? What a pain in the ass. I don't believe that it's supposed to have this one on it, and that piece isn't supposed to be there. I don't know what that's even for. But if you look at it, I need to turn the carburetor pretty crooked in order to make it work with that easy starter because of that stupid rod. I think I'm going to go on A-main quick. We're going to look at what one, because they tell you that you need a specific end to make this work on the Traxxas vehicles. And I want to see if it has that on it. If not, I think we may have to do some surgery here. One of my wheel nuts fell off. So let's do that real quick. I'm going to go on A-main's site. We're going to look up that A-main hobby. There we go. All right, we can clean this up. Got another shelf in the shop. I'm starting to be able to see my floor again. All right, come on, get out of here. What did they do? A-main changed their website again. Let's see. Let's go under engines and fuel. Nitro engines. Then we'll go by brand. OS 21 TM monster truck. Okay. What does it say? We need number 5. OS 238 8430. Yep, there it is. All right, check this out. Boop. This is what we're supposed to have. As you can see, it looks like it just has like a set screw on the end and a ball. This has that like little thing hanging off the end. So we're going to pull that carburetor back off. And I think we're just going to have to lob it off so it looks like that. So, well, okay. We're going to do a little surgery today before we can fire this thing up. Nice. Never seen that. Yeah, I don't know what it would be for. Like, you would think, like, maybe it would have, like, a ball on the other end, and then you can a Traxxas one fit? No, No, it's a totally different carb. I don't think it would. It's the 11K carb. That's the one that you would use if you wanted to do the carb swap on it. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull that carb off, which I never tightened up the lock nut, so it shouldn't be too bad. Let's just get that out of the way. Let's get this carb off. Most of those are standard size. I swap them all the time, but maybe the traxxas one is different. Yeah, it might. We can take a look. I don't have a 3.3 off right now to look at the carb. I mean, we could. I don't have another one to... I mean, I have the one off that 2.5. We'll take a look at it. We can see. But I'm just going to... There we go. I'm just going to lob it off. What does this do? Just thread on? Yeah. We're just going to take our time. I'm going to take the... we'll take the Dremel, and I'm just going to cut it short. I don't want to have the carburetor crooked. That's my thing. I don't know. And that's how it was when I got it. So whoever had it, it was working that way. But, I mean, I don't see a point. When you look at everything on here, and everything on here is basically a 90... I don't see why you'd want to have a carburetor crooked. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's put this down for a second. Let's get the Dremel out. Let's do some surgery. I don't like cutting and lobbing off stuff. I like fixing things the right way, but I don't see a point in buying a whole other horn for $20 when this one worked. Somebody had it, it worked. So I'm going to just continue what they did. I'm just going to improve the design. So I think we're just going to lob this off nice and clean right here. Yeah, let's do it. This ain't butchery. This is... Do it mechanically correct will be good. Here, I'll take a look at that 2.5 real quick, the grimy 2.5. Look at this thing. Look at that. Yeah, it probably would, honestly. If you look at it, looks very, very, very similar to that. It's just that the linkage that I have with it is totally different. So I wouldn't be able to use that linkage. So, yeah, I don't think we have much of a choice. Rocky Mountain Bashers, what's going on, brother? We don't have much of a choice, but I think Haywire is correct. Haywire said that these are mostly universal. This would probably work, but we're not going to do that because, like I said, then the linkage won't work. And, I mean, if you looked at this thing, look at this thing. That is probably the most disgusting 2.5 in the world. TFM Slushy, how are you? Good to see you. First time to the channel, please like and subscribe, brother. If you look at this thing was absolutely horrible. I actually considered, I thought it would be kind of a cool thing to do, would be 11 thumbs and 6 likes. Hit that thumbs up, people. Yeah, let's do it. Hit it on the way in or out. It's okay. I was going to rebuild this, you know, showing that I could probably rebuild anything. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm sure I can. The only thing is, it's just not worth it. This thing is so disgusting, corroded. The aluminum is destroyed and pitted. The back plate is cracked. It's got head bolts broken off in it. And honestly, it's a Traxxas 2.5. So, yeah. By the time you got done buying piston, rod, sleeve, probably bearings, getting this carburetor to work, I mean, it's not seized. The boot's gone. Getting the carburetor cleaned out. Back plate is cracked. The easy start doesn't work. It caught fire. By the time you got done fixing this, you could trade it in. Rocky Mountain says, reminds me of the ex-wife. Yep. All worn out, bud. That's why she's the ex. All right. Not even going to bother getting up to put that away. We're just going to, yeah. All right, I should have probably looked at that before I pulled the carb off. But we're going to remove some of this, but I don't want to remove more than I need. I don't think it does anything, because obviously the carb... Wait a minute. If it just comes off like that, that ain't right. Something's not right here. Where's the set screw? All right, we're going to have to look into this a little further. Okay, let's take this thing apart. Let's take this end off. I think this screw is too short. Because this screw here is supposed to... There is our set screw. The set screw here is on the end. I'm laughing so hard I'm crying. Let's see. Disgusting and crusty. Just be happy it's not a 3-3. You'd be holding to the most expensive paperweight in the RC world. Yeah, those 3-3s are expensive. All right, so let's take a look at this design and see what it's supposed to do. All right, so your set screw is going to be the screw that goes through the linkage, but it's too short. It's too short. It doesn't go in far enough to lock it in. Let me double check that maybe this just wasn't loose, because you shouldn't be able to just pull the arm off. That's ridiculous. No, it's almost dead nuts flush. So yeah, we're gonna need a longer screw, but just a hair longer. So good thing I looked at this. Yeah, Traxxas is insane when it comes to some of their pricing. I don't know. Like, we went out yesterday. I fixed the servo in my Slash. It broke again. I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, my servo is just stripping gears. Then my buddy was running a tmaxx, not an tmaxx. Yeah, tmaxx, and he blew his steering servo out. Traxxas was not doing very well yesterday. Okay. Loctite is on here, so this is going to get fun. All right, let's see if I can just pull this out. All right, let's get the right tool before we break this. There we go. All right, so it's got a little ball end in there, and with all the Loctite, she's just stuck. So we're gonna do our best to try not to destroy nothing. Get this apart. There we go. That ball threaded? Nope. Just gross. All right, so we're gonna need a slightly longer screw to make this work. Probably gonna need a couple of washers too. It's probably not, the chance of me finding one that's just a hair longer, probably slim. Nope, maybe not. Maybe not. All right, let's see. Let's put this back together. It's a good thing we look at stuff like this. When a Traxxas 3.3 costs as much as an OS engine, the universe is totally out of balance. Agreed. The only thing that you got to think about, though, is if you buy that OS engine, if OS decides to help you out or something, that's totally different. But Traxxas with that exchange program, I mean, you could keep on burning them up, return them, get a new one. It's got to be worth something. But what, I don't know. Let's put this back together. All right, now this one is threaded. So yeah, if that was the correct linkage, I don't know, maybe somebody did not have the right size screw in there. There's nothing really holding that on to the carburetor other than friction. That's not good. I mean, it most likely would have closed if we had an issue, but we don't want to have an issue. Let's see what we got now. Do we have a linkage problem? That doesn't seem right. Something's not right here. Hang on. This screw is not much longer than that one, but I got way too much screw now. Traxxas doesn't give you a new engine. It's like 100 and something too. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the exchange program. But I mean, if you think about it, I don't know of any other nitro company that sells an engine that'll give you any type of real warranty. I mean, that's neither here nor there, but let me try that screw one more time. Is that just not in enough? But as I was saying, I'm not a Traxxas fan. I mean, my favorite car is a Traxxas Slash. So you can say, I guess I am a fan. I just don't care for their electronics at all. Their nitro engines are like OG just said, super expensive for what you're getting. But, you know, I think LRP had a 30-day warranty. Okay. That's pretty good from them if you think about it, because, I mean, if you want to run it in hard and fast, you know what I mean, and act up, you could kill one relatively easily. It's probably 30 days with inspection. You probably are going to inspect it. Nope. Okay. I was wrong. That screw will work. It was the linkage was not fully put together. If you look inside there, see how it just sticks out that little bit? That's all we need. That's plenty. So I can put that screw back. Okay, so that's all that was. The linkage was not put together correctly. They probably had the outer section was probably just way too loose. All right, I'll pull this back apart. And we're going to trim that up. So let's get this thing done. Okay, I got that figured out. All right, I'm going to use a pair of vice grips just so I can hold it, make it easy. Yeah, I got to work on, I got to run some more tanks through my LRP. I'll tell you what, that thing fought me. That fought me pretty good. Try and get it straight. There we go. All right. So I took off that much. Let's see if I get a better view. Just up to where it starts to bevel up to get bigger. And we'll see. We'll do a test fit real quick with it. Just want to see if it'll, if we can get that carburetor to sit straight. Okay, that's straight. Nope, it's got to go flush. Okay. Now take off some more. Okay, flush it is. Okay, flush. There we go. Come on, zoom in. There we go. Let's try that again. That'll work. All right, cool. That'll work. So what's everybody else got going on today? Everybody else melting as well? That looks good. That looks good. That'll work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this back off real quick. Throw a little bit of Loctite on there, metal on metal. We're going to send it. Send it home. All right, cool. Lid. Where'd the lid go? Lid. There we go. And there we go. Let's see if we can get a good shot on this. There we go. There's all the clearance we're gonna need right here. Well, here, I can pull it from this way. No interference with the easy start whatsoever. And this will lay across the front, bam, right to our linkage. All right, cool. Got that figured out. That's garbage. Let's put the Dremel away. Hopefully that's the last time I gotta use that today. Put a few rocks on there, it'll be rock tight. Damn right. Got enough rocks out of it when I bought it. Well, when I got it. The thing was horrible. All right, let's mount her up. Bang. Freaking laptop keeps going off. Wrenching and putting aluminum links and Treel jive shafts in my mini goat today. Capra 18. Cleaning the one-way problem and maybe painting something. Yeah, man. I can't wait to see a video on that painting. I'm trying to step my paint game up a little bit, but I'm just a rattle can and go guy because 9 out of 10 times it's going to get its ass kicked anyway. All right, I got all new screws here for the motor mount. Motor mount I already put on a couple weeks ago. We Urban Legend, what's going on, brother? Had a long night trying to get it in gear now. Yeah, man. Don't worry about getting it in gear. I'm telling you, don't even bother because it's hotter than it could be out there. You ain't gonna enjoy it. It's bad. Yeah, the whole 7. I don't know where everybody is today. Might have to change my time soon. All right, I'm gonna get some washers here for these mounts. Next week we will be going live on Friday. It's gonna be a Friday afternoon, probably like noon. I don't know. I got a wedding on Saturday to go to, so. All right, here we go. Moment I've been waiting for a while. Come on. Go to your home. All right, let's get these wires up out of the way. That fuel line, I don't know. We're going to have to work with that, figure something out. See how they have that mounted. I don't think that linkage is even right. All right. JWRC, what's going on, brother? Oh, trying to get this thing figured out. Okay, the linkage does not look right. Let's see if we can find the old stuff. No. See if we can find some of the old stuff and figure out what the heck we got going on here. Here's the old linkage. Okay. Yeah, that's way too short. Okay. I think we're going to have to modify this and make a mutant linkage out of it. I think it's just that end we're going to have the problem with. All right, put this back to the side. Back to the carburetor again. All right, check this out. There's our linkage. I think it's going to be this part here is going to have to come out, and we're going to have to make a mutt out of it. Because here is the stock linkage. Obviously, that end is not going to work, but it's just a threaded rod. So, I think the trick, we're going to clean this up first, is we're going to take this rod and put it into that end. I think that's going to be the move. Salvageable. Doesn't look terrible. All right, let's take that back off, and we're going to try that. Gotta love when you take stuff that doesn't belong and put it where, well, obviously it doesn't belong. We're going to make this work. We'll have to rethread that. That's all right. All right, so let's see if I can get this part out. We'll use that end. haywire. The tmaxx is trying to figure out why Rynks can't put it together. Because I'm not using any of the stock stuff. This is the biggest mud of a truck you're ever going to see. This thing has 3.3 parts on it. It has Revo parts on it. It's got 2.5 parts on it. It's got an OS engine. Yeah, it's getting there. Let's put it that way. So let's see here. Yeah, this is drastically longer. I think that'll fix our problem. This has aluminum parts. This thing has discontinued stuff on it. This has titanium parts on it. There's no tmaxx left anymore. I hate to tell you. Okay. I don't like that. I don't like that. Yeah. Okay, so what do we do with that? I think I'm gonna look at it. Just a little too thick. So, let's see if it'll work first. Worst case scenario, I can glue it. I hate bodging things together, but I mean, what are we gonna do? This is too short. This is too short. All right, where's the truck? Let's see if this is gonna at least work first before we make up our minds on what we're gonna do. Loosen this up. We need more room to get this underneath for sure. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, so no, it's not gonna work that way. Damn laptop. I don't know what to do here. This is weird. All right, let's try this. This is a good one. This linkage is going to be a problem. JWRC, hey Wire, what's up, bud? Just saw you coming in, charging batteries, go out to the track this morning. Nice. I'm going to try to get out. It's just so damn hot. And this is why we gearheads love nitro. Yeah, yeah. We like the abuse. Whoop. All right. There's a screw. There's the washer. Let's pull this back off. Yeah, never anything easy, OG, you know what I'm saying? All right, we're not going to Loctite anything. We're just going to put this on and try to get somewhat of a straight angle on this thing. This is fun. Pull my electrics back out. Okay. That's upside down. Is that how it's supposed to go? Did we have it upside down the whole time? Let's take a look. We must consult the internet. Let's see here. Traxxas. tmaxx. Classic. Seems like that would work better, but I don't believe that goes on the top. Images. No, it's supposed to be on the bottom. See? That's the problem. Okay. I'll just flip it. Okay, come on now. Just like that. Okay, seems like it'll work. All right, I guess we're gonna just have to make use some glue. We'll glue it into there. I've done that before on other things. It's worked just fine. And boom, boom. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, that rod will stay in there the way it is. So I think just throwing a little bit of CA glue inside there will fix that problem. It'll take up whatever little bit of slack is in between the threads, but we're going to wait to do that until I double check that everything's going to work right, because once you do it, you're kind of stuck with that. But all right, cool. All right, we got linkage. Not so bad. Had to make a mud out of it, but we got our regular, we have a OS mount with a traxxas rod. Okay. All right. So that's going to have to come back apart, so I'm not going to worry about Loctiting that the carb ball yet. But we can mount this in. We can get the what else we got? 4961. Hold on a sec. Let me get back to the chat here. I can't see nothing. Oh, geez. Hello from Orange. Urban, just don't swap it to 3S electric or you won't go only 2. Wait, where did I miss? Hold on here. Let's go back. This is why we love the gearheads. Okay. JWRC says, I just bought an MBX8R nitro car, so I'm headed in the right direction now. Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, I just bought another one. I lied the other day. I'm cruising Marketplace for those Saturday morning deals. tmaxx for 200. If it's a tmaxx 3.3 and it's clean, the tires are good, body's good, 200. Yeah, why not? It's about half price. It's only going to be 100 here in Vegas today. Ouch, man. Ouch. Yeah, it's not going to hit 100 here, but it's bad. That's not bad, Ty, but it's a tmaxx. Not a fan. Yeah, I would, if you want something cooler, get a Revo. Urban, that's what they're asking for. The one I got paid 150. Yeah. OG, I'm offering 150. Go ahead, brother. Like I said, just be mindful if the tires are bad and the body's bad and it's not a 3.3. I don't know. Jason, Dwayne, OG, I'm offering 150. Dwayne, nice. Hello, more legend, Jason Ketley. Urban, just don't swap it to 3S electric. Yeah. All right, where are we at? OG says, what kind of non-parental t-shirt are you wearing? Sacrificing. Oh, you didn't see this? It's a kid's game. It's called Let's Sacrifice Toby. Yeah, man. All the kids are playing it. Nitro RC Life, what's going on, brother? Brett, how you been? Beautiful build. Yeah, it's coming along. She's fighting me every single way. We just had to make a mutant of a linkage to make everything work. But, yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there one piece at a time, apparently. Everything so far has fought me. What else we got? Huge shout out. Thanks for sharing my channel on Facebook. There you go. Everybody should be helping everybody out. Revos are awesome. Best suspension on the market. I agree. I like my Revo. Revos are the bomb. Literally laughing out loud. Oh, OG's going to stick up for the Savages. The Savages are good too. Come on. But that Revo suspension, is that an OS 21TM? Yes, it is. All right, let's get this pipe. Well, actually, no. Let's mount that OS 21TM. Let's get some screws in there. And I got to take it, and I got to loosen up one of them motor mounts screws for that ground, like I said. So first thing I want to do is I want to spin the zip ties. I hate seeing the blocks on the zip ties. There we go. All right. Like I said, I'm not going to Loctite any of this because I'm going to have to take that linkage off to glue it to take that slack out of it. Yeah, this thing has been a real pain, man. It's not one thing, it's another with this thing. But we're getting there, and it will run. We might run today. Now, this engine was donated by Nitro Pimp. The compression's a little how you doing. I don't know if it's going to be good enough or might have to have it repinched, but I appreciate it from him hooking me up, man. He hooked me up with this one. All right, that's a 2.5 screw. Lone Wrench Garage, how are you? Working on the crustiest tmaxx on the face of the planet. That's going to be one of the nicest ones. Revos land and fly the best, but it's still a traxxas. Yeah, the thing with the Revo suspension, I like the Revo suspension better than the simple suspension that you get on the on like a what's called a Savage. You know, a simple 8-shock setup. I mean, it's worked for everyone forever, but that setup on the Revo is very nice. Problem with the Revo, hands down, is the 3.3. If I mean, you can get them to run good. Michael Graham has one that runs really well. But if you said, all right, I want to put a big block in it, it's a pain in the balls. I mean, you got to think about it. You can either run a certain engine. They sell a mount. You could try to bump start it if you could find the bump box, if you want to pay for the bump box. But it's such a compact, tight area that without messing with those control arms in the back, you really have a hard time. And the Savage, right off the bat, man, you pretty much, from the beginning of time, you want to put a big block in a Savage, not a problem. Get yourself a 21, you want to put a .32 in there, no problem. Goes right in. And I think that's what the Savage has in spades. The fact that they didn't change it for all the years because it was a good, solid design. You can put any type of engine you want, basically, in it, as long as it's a pull start or rotor start. And with the Traxxas, you just don't have the... It's not as easy, man. Traxxas has the patent on counter lever suspension. That's what makes the Revo good. Yeah, that's also what makes the Slayer so good. I mean, that thing's fun as hell. All right. Just going to get these started. We'll get the gear mesh close. These screws are a little too long, but that's the way I like them. I like those screws when they stick through the mount, so that way I can tell when you got a problem or not. No. Time is it? 12 o'clock. I got one more hour. I gotta go pick up my kid. Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. We can do that. Let's see. I'm back with another like. Let's go. There you go. Ty's trying to get himself into the nitro game. I don't know if you want to do that. I mean, you just sit here and watch me battle with this thing and be like, I literally put a brand new motor and ESC in my SR10. It took me about 20 minutes. Rugged RC, what's going on, man? Good to see you. We're still here battling with this tmaxx, but we're getting there, brother. We're gonna get there. All right, I did not use any Loctite on these. Like I said, this is gonna come back apart when I have to fix that linkage, and I'll finalize it once we figure out. Well, first off, is this thing gonna run? That's a good one. Guess I'm gonna have to do some shorts at least. Yeah, Michelle, throw some stuff out there. See if anybody bites. You never know. Okay. I don't like the way that feels. If we're gonna at least try to start it, I don't want to eat the gears just by firing it up, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not being nitpicky here, but I don't need to create any damage. Now that's the ticket. I like that. That'll work. I picked up another one off eBay, and I got probably one of the oldest, coolest buggies coming. I have no idea This is probably going to be the hardest one I've ever had to do that's coming, because I have no idea. All right. I'm not going to fight with that no more. I have no idea where I'm going to get parts for this one. If you thought some of the ones that the older buggies that I got were hard, wait till you see what's coming. OG, I shared it with him, and I think he's going to agree. This thing could come out really awesome if I can get everything together. Rughead, not enough room, would be all motor and nothing else. I like where that's going. Rughead, can you put a weed whacker head on there somewhere? I would buy one right now. I have a 32cc fifth scale. You could probably put one on there. I don't like how that sounds from here. Yeah, it's a little tight. Yeah, that's going to bother me too. Every time I try to get it right, it just moves. All right, let me tighten the motor too, and hopefully that doesn't change. Like I said, I didn't Loctite none of these or nothing. It's all gonna have to get redone again. That carb's not even tight. How about that, OG? That feels better. I like that. All right, Urban, Randy, shout out to the 19 watching. Hey, Randy. Michelle, Ty, and the rest of his laptop goes off. Good morning, OG. You, Dwayne. Beautiful build. SLC, thank you. It's coming along slowly but surely. This thing's been rough. So I'm gonna order all new linkages because I think by the time I clean these up, I think we're gonna have the same problem I had with those other bolts. They're basically just gonna rust again because the finish is shot. And Luma Dave has them for about $8. So for $8, we're going to make the move. We're just going to buy new ones. That's much, much gooder. Good English. Okay. Good English. All right, so for this, we're going to need, let's see, what kind of screw? The basic bubble screw. I'm gonna need a bubble screw, we're gonna need a washer, we're gonna need a Loctite. Come through the chassis. There's the question. Don't need a 9-foot screw. Nope. Nope, nope. Way too big. Yeah, that'll work. All right, washer, screw, nut, we're good. Cool. All right, let's get this exhaust mounted up. Now I went with the Traxxas, just a resonator. Got it cheap. Didn't want to go anything fancy with it. I think we've gone fancy enough with this thing. Okay. What was that, a 5.5? Something like that. All right. Nope, nope, nope. Screwing it up. Hang on. Exactly. Let's see. I bought so much from both. I should be a gold member. All right. Let's see. Oh, gee, you should have stock and Lumadave stuff by now. I do. I have stuff from him. Like, it's so funny, too, because, like, how he ships everything basically in the same bags. Like, you'll see, like, I'll show you. Nitro Pimp sent me this months ago. See these bags? You know who this came from. You know exactly who this came from. Chances are that's where he bought it. He's from Florida, so he probably gets it direct. Okay, hang on. He's the freezer bag man. Yep. That thing looks beautiful and complicated. I'll tell you what, if you're looking at buying a nitro, this one's not very complicated compared to, like, once you've taken a Revo apart, this isn't so bad. Let me rephrase that. The Revo is not terrible to work on. It's just that I know every time that I have personally worked on it, you will always forget something, and that something requires you to disassemble 3/4 of what you did. Okay, and then this will slide through that hole there somehow. Somehow. Or do I gotta put that in first? Why are you being a pain? All right, let's try this one more time. Nope, we're not gonna have to. Now the hell am I gonna get to that? All right, here's what we're gonna do with that. We're gonna turn it. That's what we're gonna do. 2.5. Nope, 2.0. You can put the grub screw in on top or bottom, so we're gonna put it through the top and make our lives that much easier. Come on now. Wow, is this thing being a pain in the ass? All right, I'll take that back apart. That's it. I'm going back to working on a Savage. Okay. Okay, there's all of our hardware back. Thank you. Go back to it. Gotta go. I'll catch you later. Okay, Brett, man. Have a good one. There we go. There is our grub screw. Put that through the top, not the bottom. That way it's accessible. Come on now. I think I made hangers for the Savage faster than I did installing this thing. Okay. That's part of it. Okay, let's go to check the chat out. 4 screws, and I took the whole rear end off my Savage last night. Fixed the one way. 4 screws, and the whole rear was back on and running. Why are you struggling with this, Traxxas? Should have bought a Toyota. I'll tell you what, that's one vehicle that I've never owned is so far. I've never bought a Toyota. I know there's one I would kind of like, but I don't know what I would do with it. The body shop that I actually got this from, the one guy there, he had an A86 Corolla. It wasn't the hatchback though. It was the what's it called? The notchback, the one with the trunk. Come on. Said he would sell it. Come on. Where did that go? Okay. This is absolutely the worst spot you can be. All right, I lost the washer. I'm not looking for it. We're gonna get another one. My American-sized fingers do not fit well in here. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's on. There we go. Tighten that up. What a pain. We got it. Be right back. Head to the store. I need my coffee. My 86 Yoda was a god. Yeah. Let's see here. You must Rynks. I remember those Corollas well. Yeah, it's what's it called? It's an automatic. But the body was nice. It didn't look like the pockets were rotted out or anything like that. I was like, we got to go before I make another awesome financial decision and buy this car. But I don't know what I would do with it. Like, I don't know. It's probably still there. Okay. All right, so we got the engine mounted. Gear mesh is good. Throttle is throttling. Clear and easy start. Nothing's rubbing. Definitely gonna have to glue that linkage on. That sucks. Exhaust pipe is on. Let's see what we can do with this here. think I'm going to turn that. We're going to turn the inlet, I think, on the carburetor. I could run that just like this. Like perfectly. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to go, but that's how I'd like to do it. Of course, you'd be in the worst spot possible. All right, so here's how we do this. Nope, nope, not how we do this. This is how we do this. Come on, laptop. Every 5 seconds. Friggin' thing wants to shut down. All right, what do we got? 86 Yodon 33s, red body with matching cap. Offset black. Biggest regret in my life is selling. That thing looks brand newish. Is it a fresh build? No, this is this build actually, all the billet parts that you see on here, this is from a Ultimate Engineering, UE brand. This thing was a total disaster when I got it. I reused all of the aluminum that I could, as far as the arms. These skid plates on the bottom, you can see these nice skid plates. These are titanium. These spark white. These are pretty rad stuff. This is a lot of really cool old stuff from back in the day. That ain't right. What do we do here? I attempted to reuse as much as possible that this thing came with. But there are some new parts on here as well. I'm not going to say there isn't. This bolt wasn't right. There it goes. Now it is. Okay. The bulkheads, it has RPM bulkheads on it, RPM bumpers on it. It has the RPM pillow ball cups, the hubs on the outside. We upgraded to the 3.3 drive shafts, the 17 millimeter hex adapters on it, so we can run 17 millimeter hubs. Still has it's a brand new chassis, OS 21 TM. It's got the original 2.5 transmission that it came with, brand new fuel tank. These shocks were cool. These are the aluminum shocks that came with that 2.5, and we completely rebuilt them, put all new shafts in them, all new red springs. Basically recycled the housings and rebuilt everything around them. OS 21, like I said, traxxas resonator pipe, OS header. It's getting there. Where were we at? Oh, this thing. It's fun to tighten these up without spinning the shaft, the inlet. There we go. That should seal just fine. And then this will go right here. Where are those at? Everything on this thing is so tight. There's like no room for nothing. There we go. Yeah, that works. I like that. All right, one of these motor mounts screws has got to give up. We got to pull that out so we can put the ground on. We can start hooking this up. That's the hot side there. Okay. Let's get these out of here. Gotta to keep this away from the exhaust. Got to find a nice route for this. How can we do this to make it look nice? Do we run it underneath the tank and we use one that's on... Can we get to that? Yeah, we could get to it. Use one that's on the front, maybe just try to hide it. That would also keep it away from the exhaust. Or do we run it on the simple side in case we ever have to remove it? What do you think? Which way should we run this thing? Should I run it to the easy start side and try to hide it? Or just leave it here on the... yeah, I don't like that last side. What do you think? How should we run this thing? That thing looks brand newish. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Run it to this side, try to hide that yellow wire, or make it easy and put it on the other side here, but then we got the exhaust there. I think I'm going to try and see if I can get that one. So I know one of these is a real pain in the ass. I think it's this one. Because of the header spring being right there. Yeah, we can get it. Yeah, I'm going to hide it. Probably an easier deal just to take that tank back off to get to this, but we're going to struggle first before I try that. Let's pull the tank. Make life easier. The nicer we make the wiring look, I think the better off it's going to be. So I think hiding that yellow wire would probably be the way to go. There we go. Get right to that screw, no problem. Come on, computer. You always tighten up the wires. Clean and tight is right. Yeah, I'm just trying to do that, and I want to hide it if it's not. Why do I got to look at it? You know what I'm saying? All right, let's put some new tight on that one. Get that back into that mount. There we go. Get in there. There we go. Okay, yellow wire is good. Blue wire is going to go up here. So let's run that underneath. Just going to set that there for now. And then these two are going to share the same route with this. Which one's the hot? There's the hot wire is going to be on the top. There we go. The ground wire is going to go on the bottom. Okay, it's going to be a problem with this one too. Come on. Don't do that. There we go. All right, now I just got to find a way to make this so that way it won't want to interfere with the tank. Things like that. Okay, cool. I think we might want to throw an easy start on here to see if this thing is going to move. Do I have one around? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Oh, God. So, okay. Getting somewhere further. All right. So, I guess the one way is going to slip like crazy now. Well, there's no way to test that until I got this wiring. I've just got the wiring, so there's no way for me to know that. All right. Son of a gun. Always something. All right, so. All right, well, I think for today, I think that's as far as we're going to get until I pull that one way out. How long we got on the screen here? Hour and a half. We're about done. I did are the wires, the motor switched? No, the red side is on the positive side. So no, it should be correct. No. I can flop them quick. I'm already in here. Try it. Never know. It says plus on the side of the motor, so it should have been correct. But we could try it. I mean, worst case scenario, it's just going to spin the wrong way. Well, the wires go on a lot easier that way. Boy, let me tell you. All right, let's try that again. Where did I put that? I put it back. I did. Why is that possible? How can you have a plus sign on one and it's the ground? Good call. Who said that? Jason Ketley. There you go, everybody. Give him a thumbs up, man. There you go. All right. Hell yeah, man. So we have a plus on a motor that's a ground. Yeah, score one for Jason, man. Good job, dude. I wouldn't have thought of that. I thought that one way was bad due to the fact that why would you have a plus sign on a motor and that be your ground? Don't make much sense to me. All right, cool. Hey, I dig it. All right, let's throw some of them screws back in for the tank. We're back in business. I was going to try to fire up that the Dirt Demon and call it a day, but I guess we're gonna try this one. Mr. Ketley saved the day. But explain that to me, Traxxas. Why would you put a plus sign next to the ground? That doesn't make any sense. But we got it figured out. We got it figured out. All right. Let me get these screws back into the fuel tank. We're going to put the wire onto the one-way a little bit, onto the glow plug a little bit better. And we're going to see if this will fire up. Like I said, this thing was left abandoned. You guys can go back in the lives from before. This thing was absolutely disgusting. And she's getting there. I think this thing's coming out really nice. I bet this thing hasn't ran in a million years, but now it may. I got a Chinese motor. The wires were backwards. Okay. I am going to get a zip tie in there on them wires just to clean them up that little bit more. But I think they're pretty good the way they are. I'm sure Traxxas didn't go much further than that. All right. Let's make sure. Yep, they're not going to touch nothing. They're not hitting nothing. They're tucked away. Look at that. Barely see them. Except for that blue guy. Don't worry about that blue guy. All right. Let's... All right, so we're going to need one piece of line. Let me see if I have a spare piece. This line around that'll work. No, nothing long enough. I have to make a line for the tank. To pipe. Like that. All right, so we got carb from the bottom to the top. We got fuel line from the pipe to the tank. Easy start is working. What do you think? Should try to fire this thing up? I'm glad I didn't buy a new GoPro yesterday. So much hate. This one is all of a sudden working. Yeah. I'm still using a 5 black. I need a better one. When I'm available to join the live stream. Yes, I'm not avoiding it. I work Sunday nights. RC Empire, thanks, brother. Thanks for the donation, man. Appreciate you. Everybody hit that like button for RC Empire. Check him out. I'm not avoiding the live. I actually want to do it. Well, actually, here, let's talk. We'll talk about it. I work Sundays. Sunday's my long day. I will never be out on time. Tuesdays, I have an opportunity. I might be out on time, but never hold me to that. Depends on how everything works out. And Thursday, same thing. I might. I can't call it. But I got some vacation days I'm going to be burning soon, so I'm sure we can definitely work something out. But I don't know if you want to put me and OG on at the same time. I mean, 2 Nitro guys in the same place. It could get ugly, sir. Nah, it'll be fun. He does his things his way, and he's right. I do things my way, and I'm sometimes right, and I'm learning. But you'll notice one thing about the Nitro guys. Everybody does everything different. He has his way of tuning things. I have my way of tuning things. He likes to fix his stuff the way he does it. I probably do it wrong, and I do it the other way. But yeah, I'm definitely going to get in on that. I'll have OG send you the links. Yeah, I already have a StreamYard account. I can jump in. Just like I said, it's all how it works out. Yeah, it's not cookie cutter like electric. Absolutely. I can tell you how to tune something, and it might work perfectly for you, or it could be horrible. And OG's way of doing it, if he does it his way, I might not like it, or it might be perfect. It's that's what makes it fun, to be honest with you. Yeah, Nitro takeover. Yeah, well, get yourself a Nitro, and maybe well, nah, because you do it in the house. I'm going to say we can maybe go over it and maybe do a test fire up on it, but I'm sure the wife ain't going to like that because I know mine don't. All right, so what do you think? We want to fire this thing up? We want to give it a shot? We got a donated engine from Nitro Pimp. A bunch of parts that I put together. Yeah, that wire I'm going to move later. Okay. Share it live if possible. There you go. Fire in the hole? I think we should try it. Let's give it a shot. Did I check that glow plug? Let's just try it. Let's just try it. Let's throw some fuel in it. Let's prime it. I got a little on hand. We're going to use the VP. This is the Basher blend. 20%. All right. Just going to throw enough in there to cause some trouble. We're not looking to get crazy with it. All right, let me make sure that throttle is closed. It is. Let me throw something on that. I know I had a bunch of them. Where did they go? They're behind there. Okay. Benefit of having a daughter is I have unlimited hair ties. I'll tie this up. Nah, it's not gonna hold. Why is that so tight? Hang on. It's gonna drive me up a wall. Yeah, it'll be all right. All right, cool. We got fuel in it. Let's get a good view of this thing, which is on the tripod. Let's see what it'll do. See if it makes the noise, does the thing, whatever. Whatever he wants to say, we're going to do it. Let's try it. All right, cool. first attempt. Let's see what it'll do. Let's prime it. I don't know if we're getting fuel. Let's see. There's fuel in there now. All right, let's check that glow plug. Don't sound like nobody's home. Oh, where are we at? There we go. Glow plug looks fine. All right, we're going to go without the easy start on. I'm just going to go this way. Let's try this one more time. All right, I'm going to try to bottle feed this thing. Okay. Just a little through the carb. Way too much, just enough. What do we got going on here? I don't know. Give it a little more. Try one more time. Needs to eat. I think the motor is spinning the wrong way. Shot gas out of the carb. No, it'll do that. It'll do that. I had too much. I think you're right. And the one-way bearing, what? That don't make any sense. Okay, well, we're going to say that this is not going to work today. I think that I had the motor right. I bet somebody had this apart. I wonder if the one-way bearing is on backwards, because I believe this is going, yeah, this is not, that's not right. That can't be right. Now that we spun it a little bit, let me spin them wires back around. Let's see here. These knives don't have much of a view, but I ain't got much to show. So let me see if I can get this done quick. Come on. Get up on there. There we go. Okay, spun it around. Where did I put the easy start? I put it back. Let's try this again. Yeah, I think that's our problem. I think that somebody put the easy start on it, and when they did it, they put the bearing in wrong. I never disassembled it, so I guess that would be my fault anyway. All right, well, Jason, it was a setup. Yeah, man, I got set up. All right. Well, we're going to call it for today. I'm not going to get this thing to run like this. I'm going to have to pull the engine completely back out. We're going to have to see what's going on. And we'll go from there. So let's see what we got. Everyone's still kind of hanging out. There we go. All right. Well, that's that. I guess we're going to take the engine all the way back out again. Pull that one way out. Take a look at it and try it again. It is what it is. Let's see. I have a funny nitro story. One time I worked with a kid who had an old rusty nitro car. I mentioned this kid and we broke it down, cleaned and oiled everything back together. One time I worked with a kid. Okay. Well, that's a cool story, I guess. 5 runs. Let's see. Russell with 5 runs, make an offer. They better stop saying make an offer. I think the one wait's backwards too. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Jason, it was a setup. Urban RC. What's my oldest one? That depends. Right as of right now. Okay, let's see what we got. Oldest. Oh gee, what was the what year was that off nub made? I think my oldest is probably, I don't know. I got some old stuff. That Vortex pretty old. Yeah, that's like 01, 02. Most of my stuff's like later 2000s. That off-nub buggy, I believe, was older. 06, yeah, but it doesn't have it. He doesn't have it yet. Soon, yeah. Oh, yeah, I got something coming. Oldest. I don't know. I'm thinking my Nitro Sport's probably one of my oldest ones. I got 2 of them. They're all relatively around the same thing, early 2000s. That's what I try to aim for. He doesn't have it yet. Yeah, but I have one coming. Bud. Trust me. I'm worried, but I'm stoked. I really want to get it here and check it out. But it's old. It's old. Like OG would have had one of these as a kid. Old, not that old. It's not made out of wood. So yeah, damn one way. Oldest model is that tmaxx. It came out in '99. Hey, you want me to hang out? No, I can hang out for a little while longer. I got some time. I'm just trying to figure out what we got going on. 99 on the tmaxx. Yeah, yeah, maybe. I'm trying to think. I have that MT2. That's pretty old. I don't have a black chassis RC10 GT, but I have the blue one. Yeah, but he's got to get his baby girl soon. Yeah, she's going to be out of Cheers soon. It's only down the road. It's a 5-minute trip. What do we got? RS4 GT3. That's not too old. Probably the nicest old one. Check this one out. This is one I got to finish. It's RC10 GT2. This thing is absolutely beautiful. Get yourself one of these, Ty. I'm telling you. OS12 TG engine in it. Teamworks pipe on it. It's got the coolest mounting wheels in the world. Let's see. These are old Proline fuzzy tees all the way around. This is kind of neat. Oh, gee, from the track days. I don't know if you can read that. No copies. What do they mean by that? No copies. They don't want people stealing the design or what? XTM accelerator. No, I don't have an accelerator. The only Duratrax I have is the Nitro, the Thunderquake. Show us a few RC cars and tell us about them. Yeah, this has an OS12 TG in it. This was built, I got this for parts, basically, and I rebuilt it. It still needs servos. Other than that, this is good to go. Plus, this one is not an RTR. This was a kit. Orange body over there? No, that's, oh, gee, really? That's a Savage, man. That's the 21 with the 32 in it. 21/32/X. Next to the orange, next to the blue one. Which blue one? Middle shelf. Right next to this one. That one? That's a Nitro Sport. You want to see that one? That one's kind of cool. Yeah, this is a Nitro Sport. This is the second one that I got. This was given to me by the guy that's giving me the next one. These were his kids. These were in an attic in New Jersey. And this one I went a little wild with. The other one I went pretty simple. Let's put this down for now. We're going to need a good name for that tmaxx for the difficulty that it's given me. Difficulty max or something. Starting to get to me. Let's put it that way. XTM accelerator? Yeah, you could say that. It does. This is that's a vintage Rustler body. I found this at the local hobby shop. Brand new. I just put the blue on it and that was it. Yes, that is a Rustler body. Good eye. But yeah, this thing. Let's put the camera down a little bit. Make this easier. This has the Traxxas 1.5, the Easy Start Works. I upgraded it. A little bit of customization. Just to the pipe, make it a little bit louder. It's a 1.5, man. We ain't going fast anyway. But it uses the factory J pipe, and I just sleeved it. Made it work with that. This one's a little bit geared up, but this one I played with a little bit. Like I said, the other one was very straightforward. So this one has, I convert the front ends on both of them over to slash. Oh, that's a little dirty. I gotta clean that wheel. To slash, so that way you can get rid of the wheels with the bearings loaded into the wheel and convert it all over to the Traxxas C-hubs, everything like that. It's pretty simple to do. You got to do different links, arms, the C-hubs, the bearings, all that. But it's not bad. It's got GTR shocks all the way around, the nice threaded Traxxas ones. These are the Bandit VXL tires. These things work excellent. But this thing, if you look at it, it is almost as square as it is long. Like, I mean, this thing is absolutely a block. It doesn't flip. You can whip it around, beat the shit out of it. With these shocks, you're able to, you know, jump it all you want. I mean, the 1.5's not a powerhouse. It's not going to be pulling wheelies all over. But other than that, it's a good runner. This thing works really well. But this was one that I kind of got creative with, and I'm going to take it out. This thing rocks. It's a good time. Looks like the old Traxxas paint scheme. Yeah, I'm a fan of blue, so I just hit it with the blue. But yeah, Urban Legend, if you find one of these on eBay, get yourself a Nitro Sport. They're not bad. That is one thing that Traxxas has hands down all day, is they don't change shit. They change nothing. You can buy like this. This is an old school Nitro. Other than the proprietary, like this is why I went crazy with this one. The chassis, the anodizing is bad. The frame and the chassis is a little different than a Rustler. It's Rustler's all metal. This is a metal and plastic. But like, look at this. See the axles, slash arms, slash steering linkage. The servos never changed. The 1.5 is still available. I'd like to see Urban in a minty MT2. Ah, yeah, MT2. MT2. I was going to actually do a video on those. I was going to do like a, if you're going to buy an MT2, what do we look for? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I was going to do. But other than that, I gotta rip that engine back out. I am so upset over, I hate this tmaxx, man. This thing's killing me. I'd like to see Urban in an MT2. Yeah, I'll show you my MT2. That thing's sweet. Show my MT2. Here's my MT2. This is it. I'll show you the car lot side. See, it still has the badging. Now this is an MT2. This is basically as simple as it gets, and they are fun. It's basically built off of the RS4 chassis, so you're on roads. I think they did a couple different iterations off of it, but parts are pretty well available. The body looks good. You can see mine. It's nice. Now, there are a couple different iterations of this. This would have came with the 15. The, what is it? The G or T15. The T15. And they run good. The only problem is, I got to clean this thing. She's a little dirty. The T15, you buy one of these with a T15, I can almost guarantee you that the compression is gone. It's shot. I'll put money on it. Now, you can still find these G3.0s, upgrade it. The only problem is, if you go to the G3.0, you're going to need a motor mount. Motor mounts are really hard to find. Other than that, I mean, the parts are super available. You can get yourself a beater one of these on eBay for around $100. I don't recommend that. I recommend finding yourself a nice clean one from anywhere between yeah, you can get a new 3.0 for $100. You get yourself a nice one of these, a later model that came with the 3.0 already in it, and you spend the extra couple of bucks up front, because you get a beater. Finding parts for these is not impossible. It's just there's an HPI tax. You're going to pay premium for certain parts, like the radio covers, the top plates and stuff like that. People charge a lot for those. Axles, hubs, stuff like that. I mean, we find all them around. But this is an all-wheel drive, true 10 scale, aluminum chassis, nice, good to go, RS4. I would say that this thing, in the way it sits right now, you could buy one of these for anywhere between $200 to $250, and they're a lot of fun, especially if you do the 3.0 mod for this, or it comes with it, because then you can get gearing all the way up to the current models, the WR8. You can use the bells and stuff for them. You can gear them up if you want. $250 all day for that car. Yeah, easily. I think I paid $125 for it with a bad motor. Put a motor in it. So I'm into it for $225, easy. Maybe let's call it $2.5 with a bell. But all right, everybody, I gotta wrap it up. I'm gonna go pick her up, and yeah, we're gonna go. I'm gonna take that. We're gonna take that thing apart. See what's going on with that one-way bearing. See if somebody did put it in backwards. Probably what happened. And we'll try to fire this thing up again. She's running backwards, I think. So, all right, till next week. Peace. We'll come back to that. We're going to fire that thing up next week. Bye. Come on.